Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times, and this is the Honor 8X smartphone that's just launched. And the Honor 8X comes with the Kirin 710 chipset with the 6.5-inch display on the front, having the 19.5:9 aspect ratio, and it comes with quite a good combination of cameras and stuff, and it runs the Android 8.1 Oreo based EMUI 8.2. So the EMUI has quite a lot of features to offer. If you are someone who is using a Huawei or Honor phone for the first time, you'll notice how different this is from the regular Android. And this is the EMUI 8.2.0. So here we are going to give you the basic tips and tricks for using your smartphone and understanding it better and taking advantage of most of the features that are offered hidden in the settings. So firstly, to begin with, if you are again using any Honor smartphone or a smartphone for the first time, here's how you can insert the SIM card and the microSD card. The slot for that is present on the left side of the phone, and you need the SIM ejector tool that is given in the box itself. So you'll have to insert that, and you can pull out the SIM tray from there. You'll see 3 slots here. There are 3 slots only because there's a dedicated microSD card slot given in this device, and this is the microSD card slot and the 2 nano SIM card slots. So the first one is the primary SIM slot, and based on the cutout you'll have to place the SIM card. This is how the cutout would be. And not to be confused, some of the earlier phones with the hybrid SIM slot have a slot similar to how this one is, and some of them also confuse and place the SIM card here. And that won't work here if you're actually placing it this way. This is dedicated slot only for the microSD card. So this is how you place the SIM card and the microSD card on the Honor 8X. And next one is about how to take a screenshot, which is another basic tip, but most of you would want to do that at times to record something or also to share some screen. So this is the physical button, first one. Physical button is easy to do. You just need to press the power button and the volume down button together. So on any screen that you're on, press these two together and the screenshot is taken, and you also get a couple of other options like sharing, editing the screenshot. So wherever you are, for example here, press them together, you see the share, edit and scroll shot. Scroll shot is where you have a longer page, something like the settings. If you are into settings and you see that there is a longer shot that has to be taken, press that and you can tap on scroll shot. It would take the screenshot of the entire screen. And this is how the scroll shot would be. So this is the shot that is taken. Now there's a shortcut for this. The first shortcut is by dragging down the notification panel, and you see there's an option for the screenshot. So this is the option that you need to type on any screen. Again, it would do the same thing. Third one is a gesture feature, where in case your physical buttons aren't working at that particular time and you want to use a software thing, so you need to go to the smart assistants, and under motion control you'll see that option of 3-finger screenshot. You need to swipe down on the screen with 3 fingers after you activate this. Now go to any screen, swipe down with 3 fingers and a screenshot is taken. So these are the 3 ways. One is the physical buttons, and one is the notification panel's quick settings area, and the third one is the gesture features. Next is about the display. There are a few things that you can change on the display. This is actually a very beautiful display with the 19.5:9 aspect ratio, a tall screen, very small notch on the top, and so under display, first thing is how can you change the colors. There are things that you can change on the color aspect of this, where you can go to the display settings and you see there's color mode and temperature. Go to that. There are 2 options. One is the normal and vivid, where you can already notice the colors. Under normal, I see that a little bit of warmish colors are being given, and this is vivid. Again, you can change the color temperature as well, where you can go to warm, cold, and in case you don't want the direct warm or cold, you can drag this to any area you want, and you can do something based on your comfort levels. So you can change the color mode and temperature, and if you don't want that, go back to default. So this is how you can change the color mode and temperature. Next one is about readers. If you're someone who reads a lot, and that is particularly at nights when there is not a lot of appreciable light around you, you have to turn this one on. That's the eye comfort mode, which would activate the blue light filter. The blue light from the screen is reduced, and this is how it works. It's more warmer now because blue light is something that would always disturb your sleep patterns, and it works on your brain. So eye comfort mode filters out the blue light to relieve visual fatigue. In eye comfort mode, the screen will have a warmer tint. So that is what is happening here. You can actually again adjust how much warmth you need and how much cooler the screen has to be. This is how it should be by default, or a little bit more than that. and you can if you want it to be scheduled for every day, like every night at particular times, that can be done as well from here. So this is how to activate the eye comfort mode or the blue light filter mode. Third one again in this area is about the notch on the top. Many users don't prefer the notch. I'm totally okay with the notch because that would give me that extra space here. But Honor has intelligently worked on the notch, and now they give that area as a black one with the status bar icons and even the time widget and the battery information staying there itself. So for that, on the display you see this notch option, and there are two options. The default is this, how you're looking at it. Make use of the full screen, full display area and supported apps. Next one is darken the surrounding areas to hide the notch. This is how it looks like now. So notice this top bar is with the notch and without the notch. You see that the text that is present on the top, the network information, also the battery and all, that is by default white because of the bluish color on the top. Now once you hide the notch, what happens is it becomes black and the text becomes white. So this is how you can hide the notch in case you want to do that. Next is a feature that we hadn't seen earlier on any of the Honor phones. This is about the screen resolution. By default, the resolution of this display is 2340 into 1080 pixels. And in case you want that to be reduced, you can do that by again going to the same display, and you see the option of screen resolution. That's adjust the screen resolution to save power. So here this smart resolution which is activated by default. So this would help save power by activating the HD plus display in case there is a lot of battery drain due to some graphics. It would automatically reduce the resolution, but in case you want to do that by your own, you can shift this to HD plus. It doesn't change a lot of things, it's the same, but the sharpness is gone. That is because the resolution is now HD plus, it's not full HD plus, it's 1516 to 720 pixels. In case you're okay with this, this would always help save your battery. But then someone who wants to have a better resolution always, you can do that from the same area. But I would instead go with the smart resolution, which would help the phone decide whenever it wants to shift to the basic full HD plus or the HD plus. So this is one good feature, a very good tip for you if you want to save some battery without even noticing that the battery is being saved. The next thing is about the customization. Here you see that this does not come with the app drawer by default, but the good thing is that you get that app drawer in case you want it. So if you again go to the display settings, there's this home screen style where right now it's standard, show all apps on the home screen. Next one is the drawer, show all apps on the drawer screen. Go to this, it would take a couple of seconds. Now it goes to the home screen. Now if you go on this app drawer, you see that all the apps are given here. This is how the basic Android would look like. This is how the stock Android would also look like. So you can choose whether to have this or remove that. To again remove that, if you don't like the app drawer, you're okay with how the home screens function, you can go to the settings, again to the display settings, and the home screen style, go back to standard. So this is how it was by default. So there's no app drawer option given here now. Next is about again the personalization. It's about changing the themes. There's a theme folder that is given here, or the themes app that is given here, and these are 5 themes that are present locally, and you can change between any of them. And this is the theme that's called Taste. There's Pure. So if you tap on apply, you can see that the themes would change quite a lot of things. The look of the phone, the look of even the notch, because everything matches up against it. The colors also change, and the icons also don't really match all the time. So you can choose the theme that you want. This is an Indian theme, and applying that again would change everything. Here even the app icons are changing, so everything is changed here. The phone would actually get a bit more personal and better if you actually like it. So I would again go back to default theme, which is the base one, and which is not bad either. So this is how you can change themes on the Honor 8X. Next is on how to optimize the phone performance. The Honor 8X comes with the Kirin 710 chipset, which works quite well. It has a quad-core 2.2 GHz chipset and a quad-core 1.7 GHz cores as well. So here to optimize the phone performance, there is an application from EMUI that's called the Phone Manager. This is the app that you can see here. And right now the condition of the phone is good. I do keep doing this thing, so the score is always good. Tap on optimize and it would take it to 100. So these are the things that are done here. 2 apps are closed and 120 MB of storage is freed up. 138 MB of junk has been cleaned up, and there's security optimization done. Battery optimization is also done. So these are the things, and now the score goes to 100. At the same place you can also go to cleanup. This is one option where storage available for usage is shown, and there are things that can be cleaned up here. large files that you don't want, you can optimize that. You don't need to allow the function to directly clean up everything. You can actually go and see what is using up the storage and then clean it up. And there are similar and blurry images. This is something again interesting. Blurry images, it decides which is blurry and then lets you know that you can actually delete them. So these are the junk videos, rarely played music, large files. These things can be actually cleaned up, and you can go to that and check out whether you want this and then delete them. So this is how you can actually clean up the storage on the Honor 8X by going into the phone manager application. Again, if you don't want to use that, if you think that it's very confusing, there is one way you can also get more storage. In the gallery, sometimes when you delete some photos, these are the photos that we have here. This is from the Google Photos, but if you have them, this is the camera photos. And in case I don't like this photo, and if I delete it, if I delete this photo, what happens is if you go back into the recently deleted option, you see that photo here. So it's not totally deleted, the storage is still being used by the phone. And that is because this is a trash that gets cleaned every 30 days. Not every 30 days, but the photo has got 30 days of time to still remain, or you can take it back or delete it. So in case you don't have a lot of storage in your phone, you can just clear this. If you clear this, this is totally gone from the phone, and now your phone has some storage available. Next is about the battery life, how to get the battery life better. This phone comes with a 3750 mAh battery, and to be really frank, the battery life on this phone has been brilliant so far. This is a third cycle that I'm using, and right now there's 58% of battery left. And if I go to the battery usage, I'll directly head to the screen option. 4 hours and 28 minutes of screen on time, and not even half of the battery is used up. So the battery life is actually amazing. But if you want to make that better, sometimes there's an emergency and you don't have any charging solutions around and there's lesser battery available, you can go to the power saving mode. This mode limits background app activity, disables email autosync and system sounds as well, and reduces the visual effects. So this can be done, or the ultra power saving mode. Only certain apps are available. This is an interesting mode. Not everything can be used here, but it will keep your phone on and you can still work on the calls, and those things can be done. You can't use the data in this one. But look at how much usage can be done. With the regular mode that you're using right now, there's no power saving mode right now, you still can get about 20 hours of battery life. If you're activating the power saving mode, 1 day 5 hours is remaining, and on ultra power saving mode, 4 days 15 hours. So that is how you can actually save your battery in case you want that at some crisis moments. So this is how you can actually get your battery life better on the Honor 8X. Next one is something that I would anyway make a separate video on, but let's quickly go into that security options. First one is this fingerprint sensor, how to set this up and how to use it. Second one is the face unlock. Face unlock is also given on this phone. So if you go to the settings under security and privacy, you see these two options, that's fingerprint and face unlock. Before you set up anything, you'll have to set up the lock screen. So fingerprint management, if you go into this, you'll have to set up a lock screen. I'll quickly do this by a default number. So now you can use a fingerprint to not just unlock the phone, but also to access the safe. So to set it up, I'll have to press this, and let's see how quickly that happens. It does require multiple taps, just like how it is on every phone. So it is now asking to do the edges. So finger successfully enrolled. It took a few seconds for that to happen. You can unlock the phone, then access the safe and access app lock. So these are the three things that can be done here. And quick pay is also there, but there's no wallet configured here, and in India it won't really work well. So now let's check out how good the fingerprint sensor is. So this is how quick the fingerprint sensor on the Honor 8X is. With the fingerprint, it's not just the security, but you can also do these things like take a photo or video, answer calls, stop alarm, show the notification panel as well, and browse photos. So these are the things that can be done with the fingerprint. Now going to the next one, that's face unlock. In the face unlock, what you see is after enrolling your face, you can unlock your device by looking at the screen, and face unlock also lets you keep the full content of the lock screen notifications concealed from everyone but you. So whenever it recognizes your face, it would actually show the notifications, otherwise it won't. And this is the initial information. Now this is how it will recognize the face. So it's quite fast in again recognizing the face and registering the face. Actually this was the first time that we are setting it up. So you can have this slide to unlock, but that's useless. I would need the direct unlock. So now I'm not going to touch the fingerprint. I'll just tap on the power button, And look at the speed of the face unlock here, and here the light is appreciably good, so the face unlock is happening quite well. In low light conditions I feel that it doesn't work that well, because it doesn't have any IR sensor for checking out the face data. So in low light it would struggle to register. That is why I would generally suggest to use the fingerprint as well as the face unlock at the same time, because in case in low light face unlock doesn't work, you can easily tap on this and unlock your phone with the fingerprints. Next is about this large screen and the one-handed mode usage. This is a 6.5-inch screen, and even for a larger hand that I have got, I can't reach the corner of the phone by using it with the same hand. I always end up using the second hand or the second finger. So this is how I use the phone. But sometimes in some cases you want the screen to be smaller for a quicker usage, and if your other hand is busy and you want to use the phone with the same hand, you can actually go to the smart assistance options, and here you see the one-handed UI option. So there are two options here. One is the mini screen view, one is the shifting keyboard. Mini screen view is the one that we want to look at. Here you have two options to again activate it, by dragging from the corner or towards the bottom, or by dragging in this area from the center towards the sides. So I'll just do this. So this is how easily it would actually activate the mini screen view. Just tap on this and drag it towards the right or left. So this is how the mini screen view comes. Any area you want. So right now if I'm using the right hand, if I do this, now I get this interface on the right side, and this is a smaller interface or the one-handed UI that I'm getting to use. And it's not useful all the time, but sometimes when your second hand is busy and you want to do some quick activity on the phone but aren't able to use it properly, that is where the one-handed usage would come to use. So tap on the empty area and it would go back to the regular screen. So this is how the one-handed UI can be activated on the Honor 8X. Next is a tip for the users who don't want a very feature-filled or even the screen-filled UIs. It's a simple mode that can be activated by going to the system settings, and there's a simple mode option here. Enjoy minimalistic and clean home screen that has a simple layout and large icons. Apply this. It again takes a few seconds, and this is the simpler UI. This actually is simpler to use, just like a basic phone, a feature phone. Though for a smartphone it feels funny to use something like this, but sometimes you want this, or even for elderly people who don't want a lot of confusion, this is how you can get a simple UI. You have larger icons to use, and everything is larger and easier to understand. Even the settings are totally changed. Now if you go into the more settings, this is how the basic UI is. Go back to the system settings and you see that simple mode. You can exit from that to go back to the regular mode. That is the regular UI. Next one is a camera tip that is about the AI mode, the artificial intelligence mode. This is the one that is given under the camera application that recognizes what is being captured. If you are trying to capture something, it will recognize that and tell you that this is what is being captured. And once the capture is done, not many users realize this, but in the gallery what you see is two photos are taken at the same time, and you can actually view both of them at the same time. So this is the AI mode. If you turn this on, it would show the AI photography that was done, and without the AI this is how it would look like. So this is the regular capture original image, and this is with the AI. So both the versions are saved, which is interesting, and you can activate this and then share this to show the AI photography. And if you deactivate this, based on whichever photo you like, you can share that by going to the gallery and going to that particular photo. But for that you need the AI mode to be turned on. The next tip is about how to use the split screen mode. Split screen mode is again required in larger screens. It's not required, but it is an additional feature that would come to use. To activate the split screen mode, you can actually go to this multitasking menu, and you'll see the compatible apps with the split screen with this option. There is this app. Camera does not have the split screen mode. Settings can be used here, and this is the security and privacy. It won't work there. WhatsApp can be used in split screen mode, and docs can be used there. So you can actually tap on this and it will activate the split screen mode. Now I can go to this and open any application like YouTube. So this is how the split screen mode would work, and you can actually drag this up or down to give a larger space to one of the apps. So this is how the split screen mode would work, and this is how you can activate it by going to the multitasking menu and tapping on the split screen icon here. So the last tip is about the Wi-Fi bridge functionality, and in case you are someone who stays a lot in the hotels, who travels around, you know that the Wi-Fi connectivity that is given there gives a limited access to number of devices. So you can activate like 2 or 3 devices in total. Here the Wi-Fi bridge would help. If you go to the wireless and network settings, you see the option of tethering and portable hotspot. Here there's the Wi-Fi bridge. Share the current Wi-Fi network with other devices. In case you're connected to the hotel Wi-Fi and you want to share that Wi-Fi network to multiple devices around, you can use this as a bridge. Now once you activate that, you can now use this bridge information, that's the ID and password, and connect to this bridge with multiple devices around. So this is a very useful feature. In case you don't have data connectivity, you have Wi-Fi with only limited number of options available. For example, even in the airports, you have the Data Docomo's Wi-Fi that is for free, but that is only for one device. So you can connect your phone to that Tata Docomo Wi-Fi and then share that to multiple devices using the Wi-Fi bridge. So this is a very good feature or a very good tip to use on the Honor 8X or the Honor devices. So this was the Honor 8X tips and tricks, some of the very important tips to use to actually get a better advantage of the device and the interface. So I hope you like this video. If you have other tips to share on this phone or the EMUI UI's features, that would be great if you can comment that below. So subscribe to Gizmo Times for more videos. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.